All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all thanks and praises unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Warakwadash. Peace, blessings, and much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like. Pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well. You men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons and daughters also. The water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. Now, a lot of women today, they're very pompous, very arrogant. And truly, that's going to get a lot of women hurt, man. Now, when you read Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1, this is what it reads. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Now the trees represent people. Okay? You also have something known as food for thought. The things that we take in are likened unto food. The scriptures tell you that a tree will be known by its fruit. So if a tree puts off good fruit, it's a good tree. A tree that puts off evil fruit is an evil tree. Okay? And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. So the Heavenly Father was already separating us from these other nations, going all the way back to the beginning. Okay? You had the sons of God, and then you had everybody else. You had these other trees. And seeing that Eve, she was listening to other trees, or in this case, another tree, being the serpent, she was deceived. She was, caught being beguiled by the serpent. So as we read forward, let me read 2 again. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. So again, think of food for thought. Okay, the information that you take in and believe. The things that you teach others. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. So the serpent lied to the woman. The serpent was basically telling the woman, the Heavenly Father lied to you. You should take my word over his. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened. So the serpent lied to her and say, well, if you listen to me and what I have to tell you, your eyes are going to be opened. Okay? And ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And the serpent actually told the truth in that moment, because the Heavenly Father knows good and evil. And for Eve to follow behind what the serpent says, she would now open up her eyes to good and evil. So verse 6, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, speaking of food for thought, the information that she took in, and that it was pleasant to the eyes and a tree to be desired. So she probably saw this serpent, who was really a man. She probably saw him as a handsome man, probably thought that, well, he's attractive and he's telling me what he's telling me, so I should listen. To make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. So the information that the serpent had given her, she had took that same information and gave it to her husband. Instead of listening to what the Heavenly Father told them, they started to eat off of the evil trees, listening to the ways of the heathen, basically. But in this case, being the serpent represents Esau, Edom today. All right. Verse 13, and the Lord power said unto the woman, What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. So the serpent talked Eve into disobeying the words of the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father gave a specific order on what to do and what not to do. But Eve took it upon herself to say, you know what? I'm going to listen to the serpent instead. The serpent's handsome. The serpent's telling me what I want to hear. The serpent's telling me that I can be worshipped also. I'm all for it. You mean to tell me I can be as God too? So women have always had this mentality of wanting to be worshipped. Having this mentality of listening to something just because it sounds good to them. It's not even about being right or wrong. But see, the thing is, these women got it all messed up because as much as these women want to be worshipped, they want to be looked at as goddesses. They want to be idolized. Righteous men in the Bible did not have that spirit. So what gives you women the audacity to do such a thing? Let's go to Acts chapter 10. Acts chapter 10 and verse 24. And the morrow after they entered into Caesarea, and Cornelius waited for them. And they called together his kinsmen and near friends. And as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. But Peter took him up, saying, stand up, I myself also am a man. So Peter was like, hold up, don't bow down and worship me. I'm a man just like you. But in a woman's eyes, she wants to be worshipped. Here it is, the Heavenly Father is a man himself. But Peter was in the spirit of like, look, I'm just a man like you. Don't worship me. The Heavenly Father is not a woman at all. But in a woman's mind, she is supposed to be worshipped. She is to be reverenced. Okay, as if she's the Almighty Creator herself. That same doctrine goes all the way back to the garden. The scriptures tell you how a tree would be known by its fruit. Okay, and Eve ate of a evil tree. Okay, opening up her eyes to evil. At first, everything was a paradise until Eve messed it up. Instead of listening to her husband, going to her husband and saying, husband, this is what I heard. Is this true? No, instead she believed it. And then she told her husband as if it was true as well. And instead of him rebuking her, he believed it also. Okay? She probably telling him, look, the serpent told me that I could be worshipped also. The reason why God told us not to go to these other trees, well, I just found out that I could be a God also. Right? So going back to verse 26, but Peter took him up saying, stand up, I myself also am a man. So a righteous man is not looking forward to being worshipped and reverenced by man because we're serving Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We give all the glory to the Lord. But these women are not partakers in this gospel whatsoever, and they want to be reverenced on top of that. That is a foul, wicked, and evil spirit. Okay, in fact, it's so wicked, even the angels don't even want to be worshipped. Let's go to Revelations chapter 9. Revelations chapter 19 and verse 9, excuse me. And he saith unto me, Right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, These are the true sayings of God. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant. So when Cornelius bowed down at Peter's feet, Peter was like, don't do that, I'm a man just like you. Okay, John fell down at the feet of this angel. This angel was like, don't do that, I'm a fellow servant just like you. Even the angels show humility, and they're perfect. Peter, he's the head of the church, even he showed humility. So what in the hell gives women the audacity to think they are to be worshipped? They're out of their damn minds, man. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, worship the power. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. And that's the spirit that we come in. We come in telling the truth. Okay, and the trees, going back to the book of Genesis, represent people, man. Okay, and seeing that Eve listened to that serpent, she listened to that tree, It was the fruit of his mouth that got her messed up because she believed it. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 13. The wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips, but the just shall come out of trouble. A man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hands shall be rendered unto him. So remember, food for thought. Eve took in bad fruit for her thoughts, and she believed it instead of listening to what the Heavenly Father told her. Okay, she listened to a tree with bad fruit. Let's go to Matthew chapter 12 and verse 33. Either make the tree good and its fruit good, or else make the tree corrupt and its fruit corrupt. The serpent was a corrupt tree, okay, and Eve ate from that tree. She listened, she hearkened unto his nonsense, okay? And his fruit corrupt, for the tree is known by his fruit. So the tree is known by his fruit. And Eve, she listened to a wicked tree, a corrupt tree. Okay, the food that she took for her thoughts were corrupt thoughts, corrupt information. Going back to Proverbs 12 and 14, a man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hands shall be rendered unto him. So Eve, listening to the serpent, she listened to bad information, took bad advice. Now you look at the world today in this fallen state. All based off of a woman wanting to be worshipped and reverenced as the Most High himself. So if you women don't snap out of that spirit, the Lord will destroy you. Okay, because even righteous men did not accept that type of reverence, neither the holy angels. So Lord willing, this lesson, it was simple and edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.